Alright, so check it out. Thank you for coming to my channel. And if you know me, my name is Yasir and I love to travel. So today's video we're going to talk about Colombia. Colombia, South America. And there's so much that I can say about Colombia, so I'm definitely not going to try to ramble on too much, but we'll see what happens. This is kind of going scripted, off scripted. So, for the ones who don't know, I've been to Colombia about 7 or 8 different times. I've been there about 18 months in total. Spent time in Medellin, Bucaramanga, Bogota, La Calera, La Virginia, Armenia, Cartagena, Santa Marta, Bucaramanga. Like I've been lucky to have seen a lot of Colombia, and I don't just go to the tourist place when I travel. For me personally, I love seeing the locals. Like I'm originally from New York, so when I travel, I don't want to see people just like me. So I like to stay away from the major cities and all that. So that's just for me, and just so you guys know. So I get a lot of questions about going to Colombia, especially for the first time people. And one of the questions I get a lot is, aren't you scared, especially going by yourself? And I say, no, I'm not scared because, first of all, for anyone who's going, especially first time, stay in a tourist area. If you stay in a tourist area, obviously there's more police. There's definitely they're more visual. So, things happen in tourist areas. You might get pickpocketed, you might get gringo price, but like I never hear any crazy things happening in tourist areas. So, that's where I would stay. So stay in tourist areas for the first time. All right. And like I said, we'll do other videos. We'll talk more about it in depth, other places. All right. So for me, when I go out, I stay inside during the nighttime. During the daytime, I like to wake up. I get up early. I have coffee. I run around. I do my teaching, whatever I have to do for the day. By the evening time, I'm in my house. So for me, you could go out and have fun, but for the first timers, keep it really safe. And I wouldn't go out, but that's just for me. That's part of it. All right. Another question I get is, all right, but what about the communication? And is anyone going to speak English? Am I going to be able to communicate with people? Am I going to be able to get to my hotel from from the airport and blah blah blah? Listen, in these tourist areas, well, first of all, in Colombia and other Latin American people, they're very intelligent people. There's a lot of people speak English, so it's just not like you're going to a new planet, like so there would be a lot of English speaking people at these places. So for that communication. Now, if you go to a smaller village or a smaller pueblo, then yeah, it'll be a little different. You might have that many English speaking people, but at a major city, especially where it's touristy, that's not gonna be a problem. All right. So when it comes to housing, once again, for me personally, I like to do Airbnb. I like to have my own place. I like to keep it simple. I don't like the roommates and everything else. But that's when I go to Colombia. But I've also been to other countries, and when I go for the first time places, I like using hostels. Hostels, there are other people coming from other countries, and it's just a way to link up with other people. And I use Hostel World for that one. All right. So those are what I use. All right. So when it comes to taxis and everything else, I use Ubers, but I know at times Uber in Colombia, you can't use it. So there's other things, but I always seem that yellow taxis are the most safest ways to go. And if you speak with the local people, they will look out for you. So if you ask a local person how much they think something would cost you, they will tell you the truth. So before you get in a taxi, ask the local first, but then get in a taxi and say, hey, how much it is, and if they are off by a lot, then take another taxi because it's just a local. And your money. So in Colombia, obviously they have the Colombian pesos, and our dollars and the Colombian dollars, well, to the pesos, like we are very lucky. We're very lucky to have dollars. We're very lucky, and it is easy to convert. But in our time, 2022, there's a lot of, especially if you stay in tourist areas, there's a lot of credit cards, and so you have plastic, so you really don't have to worry about the conversion and everything else. So, you know, that's, I guess I have some other things I could say. So, your food, your food. All right. So once again, if you're worried about what to eat, I'm a very fussy eater. I'm a very picky eater actually. So for me, in the tourist areas, you'll have the Burger Kings, you'll have your KFCs, you'll have your, more traditional kind of food. So it's you'll be safe on that one. Now, when you're eating street foods or getting drinks from the streets, you have to be careful with the ice. You have to be very careful with the water because some people, they make their own ice at home, and the water that they use is not the water that you should be drinking. That our bodies can't handle. The people who live there, their bodies can handle. But for a person like myself, while traveling, like I said, I've been to a lot of different places, and I've got sick a few different times. And some of the times for the ice, so just be careful. Just ask the people, where they get their ice from. Most restaurants will have their ice sent in, so they'll have. So if you have cubed ice, like the smaller ones that look like they come from like an ice dispenser, then more than likely you're good. But just be careful if you see like a big block. All right. So the ice. Once again, the fruit too. So you got to be careful eating the fruit. So like, I was just in Guatemala and I had some watermelon from the streets and I got sick immediately. Not immediately, a couple of days later, but it was bad. And so the food, if it's so obviously if you could peel it yourself, then you're safe. But like before you get home, wash it. I know there's different things that people use, vinegar and blah blah blah. But just be careful, especially if you're a first timer. And some people have strong stomachs, some people have weak stomachs. And once again, I guess I should have said this in the beginning, but I guess we'll say this now. So the Colombian people are the most friendliest, amazing people ever. They look after themselves. They look after the locals. They look after the visitors. They love the fact that people come and they visit their country. So, obviously, bad things happen everywhere we go. There's bad things that happen here in the States. There's bad things happen everywhere in the world. And for Colombia, what I like about Colombia, because, people have, there's a lot of not a lot person snatching, but I've seen person snatching because I've been there a lot of times, though. And people come together. So if someone snatches the lady's purse, everyone is chasing that person down, and they're going to beat the crap out of them. And I love the fact that they do that because I've seen that happen a couple of times. So, like, yeah, things could happen, but trust me, if you're a good person and people see that, everyone's coming after the bad person. So as long as you're not an idiot, all right, then you're going to love Colombia. And I know there's probably more questions I could say. So if you want any questions, ask me. And I hope you guys like this video. Peace.